now we're at the outside part of the Jamestown thing, and we're walking to the outside. These were the homes that
This was like an
people
Indian
lived
hut.
in.
Indian
hut.
Yeah.
And this was like for a regular family with 2 kids, and it has too much fur and bags and a fire pit, but it wasn't firing right now. And then there's a thing out there so that smoke and stuff
Can get out.
and then she was just like looking at all the stuff, and then these were all the shoes in one of the rooms. They just had a bunch of shoes and a bunch of fur and bags and dead animals. Oh, and some pearls on these shoes.
Yeah, they're cute.
And if you kind of hold it with the round end in the back of your hand, it kind of has a good grip to it. That's especially when you're trying to punch that through leather.
Oh, a leather tool.
Exactly. So, of course, to make that, I just need to cut this.
Okay.
Now we're gonna walk to the ships, and that's the fort right there. That's the last thing we did because we wanted to go see the ships first. And there's a little bit of view of the ship and the flags on it, and me walking very,
Okay. That's a replica.
Oh, it's the replica of a ship.
And when was it built?
1957.
2007.
This was like the thing you steer it with.
The rudder.
The rudder. And that's a gorgeous view of the boat.
And the James River.
And the river. And then this was me steering the boat. And yeah, it was kind of cool because you could kind of like feel it steering. Not really, but it was kind of cool. And then I was going to do Titanic, but I didn't want to anymore. So, yeah.
Mom found a needle pointer.
Yeah.
Well, an embroiderer.
Same thing.
And then I started talking to her and
Yes.
went through her things.
Northern Africa, we think, makes its way up to Spain with the Moors, and then up to England. You've got German.
Oh, wow.
Portuguese. This is Bargello, which starts either in Hungary or Florence, Italy. There's the bait. You got Chinese, but this one would have been with silk, but I'm poor, so I can't afford silk. And this is Jacobean style, which you would see in England in this time period.
Oh, my gosh.
So,
Now I'm pulling this 60-pound
rope.
That was with 1 pulley, and then this side was with 3 pulleys, and that one was easier.
You made this whole thing look really easy, Holly. I tried to lift the 60 pounds, and it was not cute.
Yeah. But yeah, and then he was asking me what a pulley was, and I kind of forgot. And now my dad's pulling it, and he wins.
Yeah, he could do it pretty easy.
And, this guy, he was sewing a pillowcase.
No, he's sewing a mattress.
Oh. And yeah, it's just my dad makes it look easy. And then she wanted me to try again.
Oh, so strong!
Why was I on the floor?
I don't know. Using
Okay,
your
now we're
energy?
going to the fort, and this one was the coolest one.
Yes.
Yeah, it was the coolest one. And then there was like a little sitting place.
Mm-hmm.
And now we're at the fort, and
Remember what those little squares are for?
they're for the boom cannons.
Yeah.
And now we're walking, and there's a
Look,
cannon.
you guys are in sync walking. How cute is that?
This is not cute. Anyway, it looked like a gender reveal. And
This
the
is the
first
fort?
house. Oh yeah, this is the fort. The first house, it did not have a nectar mattress, so I was a little disappointed. And it had a cool table though. It wasn't really cool. It looked like a picnic bench. And then yeah, it had some dressers. And then this was the cannons were and then it had the little squares so that the cannons could go boom. Boom. And then this was armor. And you could actually try it on, but I didn't want to try it on. Cause and that guy, he was a little weird. And he was just like looking at everybody really intensely. And now this is the church that they had. And all the prayers and stuff. And yeah. And then more of the stuff.
We don't think they were Catholic,
No,
but they were
because
definitely
The
Christian.
prayers weren't
They were
wrote.
different than what we usually say.
And then these were all the pews, and they're like,
They're really tall.
yeah, they're really tall.
And then this
And-
was talking about the churches were the biggest biggest buildings they had. So they had church in this building, but then they also had their like town hall meetings because it could fit a lot of people. There's the holy water.
But there wasn't water in there.
Right. And then up
The
there,
church bells.
we did not hear any church bells.
This was the cannons, and then I was singing Hamilton. Boom goes the cannons. And then this was like the fancy
fancy
room.
house,
It did
yeah.
not have a nectar mattress, but it had like two fireplaces.
Multiple, but it had second story.
And it has a second story too. And in like every room there was a fireplace.
Yeah.
That's where the second story was, but there wasn't really one. so
And
there's-
you kept calling it bougie as we were walking.
No, I didn't.
Yes,
This was
you
like this was like
did.
the bougie house of those times. And there's like a knight, like the armor and stuff.
Yeah. Well, I don't know those windows.
Okay, and then that is an ugly tablecloth.
It looks like a rug.
Yeah, it is a rug. And then another fireplace because they're just too fancy. Oh, and like more stuff. And then this is another mattress, but it's not my favorite. And
They're stuffed with straw.
the stuff was straw, but it's not nectar mattress.
On this.
And then a little baby squirrel going up a little baby tree.
The end.